What up, everybody? Future of Now here, playing some Mordekaiser. That's right, I'm a Mordekaiser one trick, and we're gonna just climb the ranks, see how far we can get. Right now we're sitting at gold 4 with a total of 0 LP, so pretty much ground level, starting from gold anyway. And our end goal is to someday possibly make it all the way to Master. Be a Master Mordekaiser. Right. Check out the stats here. I have the Eternals unlocked, Series 1. Sitting on roughly 840,000 mastery points here. I unlocked these a little late in the game, but still, those are some pretty hefty stats. 62 hours, 25 minutes with just my passive being up. So, hopefully you can see that I play quite a bit of Mordekaiser. So we're going to just hop into a ranked solo duo and see how far we can get. So usually I like to go top, and if not top, then I'll go jungle. For right now anyway. Usually I like to play them in the jungle, because that lets you have more map control. But since this durability patch, Mordekaiser in the jungle, your play style has to shift. I was playing him in the jungle while that dropped, and I took a beating. And he's still really healthy in top lane, very healthy. That's why I went back to top lane. But in the jungle, I think your play style is going to have to shift. I was kind of playing him the classic way with Riftmaker into, sub damage, sub tanky, hunting down bounties and trying to have good objective control. But I think you're going to have to switch into a more tanky utility role to be able to pull off in jungle. And I just haven't tested that yet. So it'll be a little bit before I go back to jungle and rank. So right now I've been kind of using them in mid, which is not the preferred role, but I can make it work. Because you can employ lane management and other skills. And there's less to manage, I guess. So we'll do that for now. I'll eventually throw some testing back into jungle. Frostfire with Blue Smite, I think, might be the way to go with Lucidity Boots. It's very different than how I played before. I almost always took Red Smite with the thinking that this is pretty much low elo still. Red Smite damage prevention is just too good right now. But as the competition gets higher and higher, with higher skill champions, being able to dodge and escape, I think Blue Smite is going to be a must, a hurdle that I'm going to have to adapt to eventually. This might be the opportunity to try to shift gears on that. See what we get. We got our top roll. Alright, I think for a ban right now, Olaf is my #1 ban right now. He seems to be the top counter to Mordekaiser at the moment. Usually I like to ban someone that is kind of a threat to the entire team, not just myself, because I am very confident in my skills as Mordekaiser. But Olaf got like a rework or a huge buff or something recently, and he's been popping up quite a bit more than he used to be. And he'll just run right over you. He will run you down if you let him. Like I played a few matches with him now. There's a few that he really put me in my place, and then there were some that I actually did fairly well in laning phase. I actually came out with maybe a positive KD or at least neutral. But then came late game, mid game, late game, it takes like 2-3 of us teammates to be able to bring him down, which is not ideal. Mordekaiser is set up as a duelist. He is there to hunt down those top bounties, and if he's unable to do that, that really hurts him, his team, his play style. So his effectiveness on the team. So it's better, I think, right now just to shut him down. Volibear is a decent ban, I guess, but he's not the worst one to play into. Swain has been pretty decent recently. Fiora, I'm not really scared of Fiora. Renekton, you gotta respect him early game. His W is no joke. He comes in, stuns you, does a crap ton of damage, and dashes out, so you couldn't even get a trade in. show you my runes real quick. We're gonna make sure we're on bone plating here. Bone plating is definitely preferred in laning, but if you're a jungler, it's more recommended to go conditioning, because you're not gonna be doing trades so much, and this will also in jungle you'll probably adopt more of a tanky playstyle, and this will help benefit you in that regard. I think the rest of this is pretty standard. We've got 3 AD plus my laner AD, so we're good in taking armor as our sub rune here. For our summoner spells, I almost always go ghost. You can play them with flash, but I think you're actually hurting yourself. Flash is a lot more unforgiving, and I don't think you can get nearly as much value of it. And ignite, you can take teleport. Usually I take teleport if I know I'm gonna lose, if I'm gonna be playing into a losing lane. It helps me get back to the lane faster, so I can recover quicker. But I think it's close enough I can get away with using Ignite. I just have to be respectable of his push, his early aggression, and then level 6 I'll have to play smart around both my ult and his ult. Lulu's got quite a bit of mastery on her champion as well. Like to use face check here, just to get a quick scope of the competition and my teammates. Lulu is probably going to be holding that ult for me, or Bel'Veth, or Yasuo, depending on who's being the big engager, I suppose. Alright. Thinking, I don't know if I'm going to go Doran's Ring or Shield. Still thinking about that. This Renekton doesn't seem to have any mastery on his champion, but he is also taking Ignite, so is it better to be safe or sorry? I think we're gonna go with Doran's Shield just to be safe. I might get, you guys might flame me a little bit, but I don't like to take pots unless I really feel I need them. If you play smart enough with Doran's Shield and your W, you have pretty good lane sustain, and you don't have to dish out that extra gold for a pot. If you're not a one trick like me, I definitely recommend just shoving out the extra 50 gold, get a pot. Better to be safe than sorry, because if you die, that's at least an extra 300 gold in the enemy's pocket. Definitely not worth the 50 that feeding your enemy laner. So just shell out 50 gold and go with it. We're just gonna hang around here, see if Bel'Veth needs a gank. I don't know if she starts red or blue. I guess I never paid that much attention, but it looks like she's starting blue. But we'll just hang around here anyway, kind of check out for an invade. If this is an extremely aggressive Renekton, he'll be right here. So just be wary of that. I kind of do like a little step back to kind of throw him off guard if he is there. Probably better to just avoid that bush altogether if you really are worried about it. Now we're on defense. He definitely has the edge on us pre-level 6 and even past level 6. But we just wanna, we don't care too much about missing gold. At this point, we just want to make sure we're getting the XP. We're in XP range. He popped my bone plating there. He did not have bone plating. Get the minions he lets us have. Keep an eye on his Fury. He's level 2 there. That's something I did forget to mention, and I didn't play well off of it. Level 1, he's weaker level 1, I believe, because your Q has distance and his does not, so you can get a lot of extra damage in until he's level 2. But once he's level 2, you back off. I didn't play well off of that, but it's just a good thing to note. Let's see. I guess he does have bone plating. Maybe I didn't catch when I popped it earlier. Yikers, missed my cannon. Don't worry if you're down in CS early game as Mordekaiser. It's a lot harder. It's enough of a difference to throw off your farming game if you have Dorn's Shield as opposed to the ring, because of the difference in ability power and your basic attacks. Your passive basically get a good little trade in there. I did not pop my shield. I was saving it for if he decided to re-engage, but now I can pop it to get a little bit of health back. But your passive, your ability power funds extra damage into your basic attacks. Anyway, your farming definitely improves a lot better later game, so you will recover. We got our jungler here, but she's not gonna give us a gank because I'm pushed way too far forward. That's fine. It's on me. He popped his potion. We got a level on him. His jungler's Diana. She's gonna start blue, come back to red, I would think. So I'm gonna pull off here. Maybe just go back. I'm gonna do something I rarely do. I'm gonna buy Dark Seal because I don't think he's actually very good at the game. I'll undo that. If you feel like you have early game lead against your laner, definitely hedge your bet on a Dark Seal. It can definitely give you a good return on investment. Then we're going to go for a Riftmaker here. That's classic Mordekaiser build. Very rarely do we do anything different. If we do, Rocket Belt's the secondary item that we look at getting. He's going to get level 6 before us, so we've got to be careful of that. Drop Ignite on him. He does not have teleport. That being said, I'm not sure that I can get a plate. So we're just going to clear this wave away and reset again. Alright, get what we can. Boots. Alright. So, we're building towards Riftmaker. But usually you want to stay in lane till you get at least 850 gold before you do your first back. And you want to get Blasting Wand. A lot of people, most people get this Leeching Leer, but it's not as valuable to you as this Blasting Wand is. The Blasting Wand here gives you just enough ability power that you see a substantial increase in catching your CS. I mean, if you're good enough, you can make Leeching Leer work. It's still fine if you don't get it, but I think efficiency-wise, You catch more of that falling CS with ability with that blasting one rather than you do with leeching layer. Yes, it has Omnivamp, but I honestly don't think it's that you see that much benefit out of it this early in the game. I did not play that the best, but we still made it work in the end. We got a flash out of there, and an ult. Oops. Should be able to get this plate. Diana's bot side. Give ourselves a reset here. Just hang around for the XP off that cannon. Definitely overstayed a bit. Alright, I guess.
An enemy has been slain. Double kill.
We're doing really good. He's just freezing the lane there. That's what he should be doing. We're gonna shove this lane in and probably go help Belveth. He can't kill us. He's just being annoying. Don't let him get in your way. Just focus on what you're doing, managing your wave. Up a deep ward. Up the wall. I think Diana was there. I think I just booted Diana away. Yep. Did not see her until I hit that plant. We are not scared of a gank. I think we are strong enough to pull off a 1v2 and come out victorious. There we go. Kind of what we wanted. You pull out that ult early, you're gonna come out with extra stats. There we go. Again, we were not scared of that. We knew it was coming. You just play calmly and smartly. Mid is still in mid. He's not a problem. He's not going to be coming up. We see our bot laner, so we can get this plate safely and back. Probably could get 2 plates because I don't think Diana's coming up this way. We do have this ward here. We'll just trim this wave down and then we'll go back. Alright, Diana's 0-3. Top is 0-3. Get our Riftmaker. That tower, I feel like it's going to be going down soon, so I'm just going to swap to a sweeper. I got a pink though, so we can still put a ward out there. We're strong enough that we should be able to contest it and keep it alive. Let's see. And it looks like maybe the only one worrying at the moment is this Ezreal, so we'll keep an eye on him. As Mordekaiser, we like to scout out who the bounties are, where the bounties are, who's top on the team, and we're gonna kind of make their priority target. Public enemy number 1. Just gonna shove this lane in. We've got a pretty massive lead at the moment with that stacked up Dark Seal. Renekton's dead too. Don't know exactly what's going on in mid, but this is free tower gold for us. Yon escaped with some kills there. We'll be keeping an eye on him. Drag is up. I don't think the first 2 dragons are as important as the later dragons. But we got that tower done under 14 minutes, so we got a huge burst of gold from that. I could kill Renekton here, but it really isn't worth much. It's 300 gold. If we die, if we get caught and die, we lose a lot more. So we got a fat bounty on our head too. Let Belveth have that. Maybe look at getting Yon here. He's kind of overextending. He's gone. We'll just catch the wave. Alright. We're not too scared of anybody at the moment, so we're going to go ahead and start building onto our Rileys. Usually at this point, it's a toss-up between getting Riley's Crystal Scepter or getting Demonic Embrace. Usually, if we're kind of in a more defensive position, we're not winning as much, or if the enemy team is really stacked with bruisers and tanks, like Renekton and Yon, then we'll look at getting them. Usually if they have like 3 or more. That's when I get Demonic Embrace as a 3rd item, or as after my boots anyway. But we're in the lead. Like, right now we're not scared of anybody. So we're just going to go ahead and push our advantage and get that Riley's Crystal Scepter. And you can see our gold has definitely recovered. I missed my cannon because I'm bad at the game, but we'll keep on going. I'm going to drop this pink ward in here in enemy territory. Hitting this tower doesn't give me very much, but I'll give him a bonk. I mean, if he wants to die, I'm not sure where this Diana is. She's spot side. We're gonna move forward. Even though we have low health, we're gonna move forward and try to get this Rift Herald. Get some health back off the scuttle real quick. Do I convert my ring into mages? Honestly, that's something I haven't explored too much. I don't know if it's really worth. I think it's probably better to sell it off right before you go to getting your last item. Mordekaiser really isn't about stacking up all the kills, even though he's good at doing that. He's more of like doing a bunch of damage to a bunch of people at once, that area of effect damage, and absorbing all of their cooldowns, you know, all the enemy's abilities, and just being an unstoppable force of nature. He's good at like being a bullet sponge for your ADC and your mid and such, and drawing pressure, map pressure. You can see I'm just constantly in top lane. I'm forcing in this this lane, and I probably should be going to bot side for the dragon. I'll probably do that after I get this lane in. Drop Rift so that they have to contest me. I guess I won't be going to dragon. Oh boy, I misplayed here. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So I wasted my ult there and a chance that I would get some extra health and maybe survive out of that. If I would have killed her, it would have procced my triumph. And then I would have got some extra health and got out of there. We did get Drake. I don't think he was really worth. I was hoping that tower would go down and then that fight would have went way differently than it did, but was not worth it. I gave Morgana my fat bounty. Mistakes were made. Alright, so it looks like the people we're worried about are AD. We're gonna buy, at this point, I'm gonna buy Randuin's. Randuin's is a very, very powerful item and often overlooked. It is almost always in my builds these days. It's just too good of an item to pass up. You might say, Christian, look at all that lifesteal they got going on. Why not get Thornmail? Thornmail is something I usually get if there's a lot of DPS AD going on. Like Trendemirs and Trundles, Bel'Veths, not to mention multiple ADCs on their teams, like if they had Lucian or Tristana, right, Sivir or something, then I'll usually do it. But it's almost always better for your Grievous Wounds item to get Morellonomicon if you really need it, because you just see more value out of it. Like it gets procced off way more. You can proc it off on multiple people rather than just one or two people that happen to be attacking you. Yeah, I figured you were in there. I need to be pulling off here. Oh, I see everybody on the map, so now I can be a little bit more adventurous. Did not use ult. I did pop Ignite on her. I don't think it was needed. But it's better to be safe than sorry when he's got his ult going. Alright, let's not throw our shutdown. Just walking around in a Morgana puddle. What to do? I think I'll go shove in this lane again. Looks like they pulled off of it. But we need to be thinking about doing this Baron. Putting this game away. I see two mid. There's Diana. I have no interest in trying to tower dive her. We got that W off before she landed the Q to mitigate some of that damage. just kind of thinking what our options are here. I want to get that. We do have the oomph to do this, so I think we're just going to go ahead and do it. But our jungler's at the bot side. So in an instance like this, what you need to be worried of is if the enemy jungler comes in and tries to steal this. But then what we can do is right before she does that, you just ult her. That way she can't use the smite, because this Baron's not going to come into the end dimension with us, into the death realm. She didn't show up anyway. Yeah, we're just going to go back. Reset quicker. And I think at this point it might be better just roll with your team, because we're an unstoppable unit right now. Except for our jungler just died. That's unfortunate. He had a lot of KDA going on. Looks like Yasuo's gonna grab that top lane. Just be close enough. Yeah, I walked into that. I'm bad at the game. Twitch, I don't know what you're doing, but chickens is not the answer. We got Barons, we gotta pressure it. Yasuo's really drawing map pressure up top. Try to get them. I mean, if he's gonna just come after me like that, waste his E so quickly. I don't know that he was really the scary one, but he might be scarier to the team than he is to us. Yone, we got 3 levels on him. We're not really scared of him either. We had our shield going, so we didn't take hardly any damage there. Really wish our team would have focused up so we could have got more out of that Baron, but it looks like it's about over. And we didn't get even a single inhib turret. We're gonna push this out, get this inhib turret. Oh, we don't have ult here, so we don't want to get too crazy. I was ready for, if we had ult there, we'd definitely be ready for that fight. We probably would have won that 1v3. But we didn't have it. So we're just spending a little time here, taking some jungle caps, looping around to Yone, or to Yasuo here. Oh, Baron's down, but we can still get this tower. Kind of trying to bait him, but we don't have our ADC here, so we got our ADC, but we got no wave. So we're gonna grab this bot lane, bot wave, trying to get it pushed back. Ooh. Bonk him. We are taking turret shots, but the game's over. And that is how you get LP on Mordekaiser. They really want that. That's real. But there you go. It wasn't the cleanest game. Definitely a lot of mistakes. Not sure I was getting pinged there, but we'll take a look at the stats here. That was a good team. Everybody played well that game. If you look at the graph, we did a good amount of damage. That wasn't exactly our full roll, but it's nice to see. We probably took a lot of damage taken and probably close to twice as much self-mitigated. That's where Mordekaiser really shines, with soaking up damage with that shield of his. And if you're playing Mordekaiser really efficiently, this self-mitigate damage will always be close to double what your damage taken is. It'll at least be a lot more. If it's ever less, then you probably didn't play Mordekaiser in an efficient manner and didn't get the most out of your W. But overall, a pretty fun game. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it.